Live and pre-recorded. This is the Red Ticket Blues podcast. I'm Brian Buckley. This is being recorded on July 20th to hit the internets on July 21st. It's hot. It's hot. Did I mention that? It's hot. I need to build a studio in here because I'd like to put the air conditioning or the fan on, but I don't think you need that noise in the background as you're listening intently to what I'm saying. So I have to bear the brunt of this heat, even though I should be used to it, as I've been in Puerto Rico since, we went from Wednesday night to Sunday morning. You'd think I'd be accustomed to it. And it wasn't yesterday when I met up with a bunch of Mongos in the Yankee Stadium. At Yankee Stadium. Yankees were victorious, 4-3. Good to put a lot of faces to names. A lot of fun. A few select Mongos. We went to a bar after the game, just for a drink or so, and it really was just a drink. And that Billy's Sports Bar, I must have said it about 5 or 6 times when we were there, but man, the place is like a club. I was going to name some sort of ultra cool club, but I don't go to them. It was like Studio 54, right? But I was just shocked. I was used to this little area where everyone's sort of huddled together with 50-foot ceilings and techno music pumping. It felt very out of place. I'm not going to lie. It was cool and refreshing in there outside of the smoldering heat that just encompassed everyone in the area. But man, that music, that scene, that is not me. It's good to have Mongo company there because I would have walked right out if it wasn't for that. But again, good time had by all. Met a lot of good people. Just like I said, faces to names. Very good, very good. I was in Puerto Rico, did not see a lot of sports going on, but luckily for me, it was baseball all-star break, and it didn't look like much sports even happened. But we'll get into, what do we start with? We'll start with the MLB All-Star Game, which I didn't see, so this is going to be great. I talked about last week how I could care less about the Home Run Derby. I find it just useless and childish, and I'm above it. Yes, I'm above it. Bougie Brian. But I'll tell you, putting that clock on there, that makes it a lot more listenable. You watch it. You don't listen to Home Run Derby. That's almost, remember those Home Run Derbies that they'd play on when ESPN just started to become big and they'd have it on, or was it Sports Classic? It was something, I don't know. But the black and white ones with Mickey and Hank Aaron, and they'd... You still watched it, but it was like they'd have the other one in the studio as the other one was playing. Yeah, good. You like that? How about that hit by Hank? Yeah, that was a good one. I've mentioned this before, haven't I? Off to a rousing start so far. But anyways, it was a lot more fun to watch. I think it brought a lot more theater to it, a lot more suspense. Todd Frazier, the hometown, so to speak, his hometown Cincinnati Reds, he was the victorious one, and I thought it was great. It really was. The only terrible part, which always is there, is Chris Berman, and he's pretty awful. In case you don't know what I'm talking about, take a listen.
Way back, way back, way back, that one. Way back.
If you haven't turned the podcast off by now because of everything that sucks about shitty Chris Berman, then... well, you're still here and you get to hear me talk more. But he's just the worst. And apparently he's going with this new hairstyle. I don't know, he's going back to that, French aristocrat look where you're balding and you got the curls on the back, party in the back there. Great Derek Lucas even said, he's got that Benjamin Franklin look going on. Definitely looking like that, the Ben Franklin look. They both like the ladies. I'm not sure how much leather Ben Franklin was into, but they both like the ladies. They both like to be the... hit of the party, apparently, but he's just awful in every way. I don't know how. He obviously does something. He's been there since the beginning of ESPN, but he's just the worst in everything. I thought his shtick of back, and the football stuff and the names, I thought that was funny, and then I heard it the 4th time, and I said, this is truly terrible, and I no longer want to listen to it. But he's still there, so give the guy credit, but he does suck. So, record that, put that in the records. He sucks. It looks like the American League won. I was on a plane and really watching much of it. it counts. We can all debate back and forth that it counts, it shouldn't count, whatever the case may be. And I don't want to beat a dead horse here, but because it was in Cincinnati, you saw Pete Rose in there, and all the people, even though with these new allegations that he bet as a player, all these people saying he should be in the Hall of Fame. I'm not discounting the numbers, and I don't want to beat a dead horse again as I proceed to beat a dead horse. Pete Rose does not belong in the Hall of Fame, okay? This is a rule that said you will be banished. You will be banned forever from the game if you do this. He did this. He's banned forever. That's the way it goes. If someone puts a button in front of you and says, do not push or you will get arrested, and someone pushes it, no one is coming to your aid and saying, hey, you know what, he shouldn't be arrested. Oh, come on, all he did was push a button. He knew the rules. He knew the risks. He didn't give a shit about the game. Alex Rodriguez, Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, they should all be in the Hall of Fame before Pete Rose. I know I'm in the minority here, but that is my opinion. And everyone can have their opinion. They're wrong, but that's my opinion. So, after I got done saying I wasn't going to beat a dead horse, we move on. So, in Puerto Rico, and let's say I was going to go to a basketball game there. I guess they got the Puerto Rican Championship going on there. Even a Ronaldo Balkman sighting for, I think, Team Ponce. Ripping it up, Ronaldo Balkman. He was going to be the star of the Knicks when they drafted him. Kind of like every draft pick. That's what Knicks fans tell me, that he's going to be the star. Tim Hardaway was the latest one that was going to be a star, yeah. They wouldn't trade him for anything. But I also learned something new.
Speaking of having it all, where were you?
I went to the beach.
Oh, the beach.
At this point in my life, I'm 34 years old, and I've come to the realization that I don't like the beach. Excuse me. Burping. Back to White Trash Coors Light right now. White trash, whatever. I didn't want to buy anything. It's hot. I need a light beer. It's not like I'm drinking Schlitz or something like that, or Peels, or Jenny Light. What was this? The beach. And I don't think I'm alone on this. I think we like the idea of the beach. Sitting at a nice bar, right near the water, ocean breeze on you, watching the sun. I don't like getting sand in my toes. That's not appealing to me. I know here's something, I don't want the sand in your... No, I don't. It sticks in you. I feel like shit, and I don't like salt water either. I don't like sharks, which continue to attack people, like in that surfing championship. Enough of the sharks. This is going to be highly controversial. PETA will not like this statement. Let's kill all the sharks. I'm tired of it. They serve no purpose. What do they do for us other than try to eat us? They eat other fish. They eat seals. If we get rid of all the sharks, kill on sight, is our life going to improve? It may. They won't eat as many fish. We'll have more fish to eat. I've done no research on this. This just came to me within 5 minutes of starting this. Kill the sharks. Get rid of them all. I'm done. I'm tired of them. That's it. I'm done. But back to the beach. I mean, my body is not accustomed to the beach either. It is a pale, pasty skin. And I realized that another epiphany came upon me this weekend. I don't like sunburns. For my entire life, I have been obstinate about putting on suntan lotion. And I said, who fucking cares? I'm just going to get a sunburn. I've had them before. And the last sunburn I got, I said, I don't like sunburns, so I'm going to put suntan lotion on. Do you know how difficult that is for me? I live in Connecticut. I have white skin, Irish ancestry, Irish-German ancestry with some pale skin. I had to put it on 3 times, and I still got a little color. Do you realize how difficult that is? That is such a process. I'm at a bar, a beach bar, overhang, roof, looking out, deck. I don't have to worry about that anymore. I'm done with the beach. And I say that, I'm going to go back to the beach, looking for sharks. Everyone like this rant I'm giving that has nothing to do with sports whatsoever? Well, enjoy it. All right? Enjoy it. There's also something else I wanted to talk about Puerto Rico. And that is, I guess I saw my sister-in-law who lives in New York. And she is married, or no, she's engaged to a Mets fan from Queens. And when I had spent time with my sister-in-law, she never mentioned sports. Very nice girl, very funny, sarcastic, and she'd never really mentioned sports really that much at all. So what happens now? I see her in Puerto Rico, we're both visiting at the same time. You Mets fans, well, particularly her fiance, but I'm going to blame everyone. You're all in this together. What have you done to her? You should be ashamed of yourself. She's been completely brainwashed by the Mets fan base that the Mets are the greatest thing to ever happen since the Big Bang. All these questions, and she's quite defiant too, and I hope she's listening to this. She's quite defiant. Mike Piazza, does he belong in the Hall of Fame? Well, I say, there's been rumors about him, nothing ever proven, nothing concrete. There's the back knee. There's just the era he played in, the numbers he put up for a catcher. Some of that may be unfair, some of it may not. Defiantly, she says he belongs in the Hall of Fame. Get over it. Maybe not get over it, but very defiantly. She's there's no gray. It's black and white. Boom. That's the way it is. And more stories about David Wright and how wonderful David Wright is. I like David Wright. I really like him a lot. He's a good player. But you've corrupted her. How could you do this to her? What did you say to her to get her to join this party?
Meet the Mets.
No, turn that off. Turn it off. I don't even want to hear that. Although they do have the best theme music of any team in the majors. I like that song. I really do. But I'll pray for her. I'll pray for her when we have to add the Met month to injuries. I'll pray for them when they do something terrible, stupid, when management does nothing, when they pass on a big free agent and, I don't know, get someone like John Mayberry. John Mayberry Jr., excuse me. That's the Mets, though. She's such a poor, innocent soul. She doesn't know yet. Oh, God.
The Mets
bad for her.
Are a disgrace.
Well, let's all pray for her, huh? Kidding, Mets fans. I all love you, all right? Don't give me any of this shit. So, all right, what are we moving on to now? I saw a lot of people complaining about Caitlyn Jenner getting the ESPN Courage Award. Yes, it's ridiculous. There are plenty of other honorees that deserve the Courage Award, but here's the two things. One thing, who gives a shit? It's the ESPYs. I didn't even know they had a Courage Award until this happened. And second of all, it's show business. Can we all stop? It creates controversy. I'm sitting there having dinner with my parents, and we're talking about the ESPYs Courage Award. Right there, ESPN has won. Okay? They know what they're doing. There's no business like show business. I don't know what the ratings were, but are you really that shocked? Are you really that shocked? He was an athlete. I mean, it's stupid, but come on. Come on. It's show business, people. You need to get over it. It's still, you go on social media, people are still not over it. Caitlyn Jenner, and I'm not even doing that to take a stance on anything. Caitlyn Jenner is doing this for attention, okay? The actual transformation of the opposite sex, that's most likely real, but this whole charade of her going out to hot nightclubs in Beverly Hills and saying all these things and doing this docu-series and still being in the same news as the Kardashians, it's all a fucking act. It's like Donald Trump. That's scary. Dude, that guy leads the GOP. What is wrong with you people? Scary, scary. Stop talking about him. Number one story on NBC World News today, Donald Trump. He's winning. Donald Trump and ESPN are trolling all of you. Wake up. Jeez, I know everything. God damn it. I know everything. What can I say?
Bad boys, what you want, what you want, what you gonna do when Sugar John Brown come for you?
So yes, we're going to talk about the NFL. You know, we're playing the police blotter game. So Tennessee Titans wide receiver Jason, big deal. Justin Hunter is being held in Virginia Beach without bond in connection with a stabbing incident. According to Virginia Beach Police Department, he turned himself in Monday morning without an incident, blah, 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 blah. Took place at a bar called Sandbar Raw Bar. Ooh, Sandbar Raw Bar. That's hard to pronounce. Sandbar Raw Bar. Sandbar Raw Bar. Sandbar Raw Bar. Sandbar. I guess not that hard. They're still trying to get all the facts. Hunter has been charged with one count of felonious assault and remains in jail without bond for let's see, what are the malicious intent? According to him, he's being charged with malicious intent, cutting, stabbing, and wounding. How did this happen here? That's it? There's no, I thought there'd be details or anything. I guess not. Okay, just an incident here. Starting to gather all the facts. Victim of the case later admitted to a local hospital. All right. But he's in there, and he's not going anywhere. I mean, he's been pretty crappy. Second round pick. First 2 seasons had, let's see, total of 46 passes in his first 2 seasons. So there you go. It wouldn't be an NFL week without someone getting arrested. Let's see, what else in the NFL here? Dez Bryant, I got to clean up the egg on my face. Last week I told you he is in the wrong and he's in another world because he was never going to get that contract from the Cowboys. I was wrong. I'll say this, he deserves the, 5 years, was it $70 million? 5 years, 5 years, $70 million that he got. He deserved it. I just thought that late, at that point in the game, the Cowboys were not going to budge. They were going to stick to their guns, and they didn't. I mean, he deserves the money, though. I mean, it's football. He's a premier player. Give him his money, especially a guy who we know, I won't say he has attitude problems. He probably borders on the line of having attitude problems. I mean, he can be rambunctious at times, but Dez Bryant, the Cowboys wide receiver, gets the money he deserves. He is a hot commodity and deserves the money. I'm just surprised that he got this money at this point in the game. At this point in the game in negotiations, really am. I just thought he'd be get the arbitration year. What the hell just happened here? All right, are we still recording? Yeah, we are. All right, good. So we got Justin Hunter, Dez, and I mentioned this on Twitter today. The public relations people for Rob Gronkowski, they must be just exhausted. This summer, I don't think there's a day that has gone by where I haven't heard a story about Rob Gronkowski. He's on those terrible extra shows, extra or one of those, the happy bullshit shows that women watch. That they like to, you know how if there's nothing on, I will defer to cops. I think women defer to extra or shows like that, just celebrity nonsense. He was on that. He was playing Flip Cup with Sports Nation. He's doing Family Feud. He's getting loaded in bars. There's probably a ton of other stuff that I missed as well, but that guy does not stop. And if you think that's nothing, if you think that he's the number one media whore in the game, J.J. Watt is not far behind. And don't you forget, Hard Knocks is coming, and it is going to be the J.J. Watt show. J.J. Watt all the time. Because he's right behind Gronk. He tries to go for the more sophisticated look. Not sophisticated, but more playful with a brain look. Well, you see guys like Rob Gronkowski who says, I've only read 80% of the book I wrote. Hysterical. Meatheads are so funny. You know who finds that funny? Dumb college girls. And dumb football fans. And I am neither. Yes, neither. So that's my football for this week, and I think we'll end today. It's going to be a somewhat shorter podcast, I guess. I say that, and it always ends up being the same amount or longer. There was a report today, and I didn't really do a recap or a preview of what we were going to talk about today, but where the hell's the story I was looking for? There, as we talk, I will look for this. As I look for this, we will talk. There we go. So there was a report today by Neil Best of Newsday. Neilbest.com is not his Twitter name. But I know the details. Why am I stalling here? So, Michael Kay hosts a show, Center Stage, on Yes, where he has lots of guests come in. Michael Kay, the Yankee announcer, also does this. And he had on Chris Mad Dog Russo today. And he asked him about his split up from Mike Francesa. Mike and the Mad Dog, the popular show that for 19 years was the preeminent sports talk show in the entire country. And he asked him about it and said, would you ever consider working with Mike again? And Mad Dog said, this is the part where I actually need the quotes, huh? All right, let's see here. Let's see. Research. All right. So as we look for this, how's everyone's day, huh? Hot, huh? I already did this. Okay. All right, here we go. Began with Michael Kay, of all people. Russo, who later said the question caught him by surprise when he would ever consider reuniting with Mike Francesa. He said, threw me off. And he said, yeah, I would, definitely. I would consider it. Why not? I miss the camaraderie. And we know that Chris Russo has gone to Sirius Satellite Radio, Radio Nowhere. And I don't know when his contract is up, but I believe it is soon. This is the kind of stuff, Brian, when you're going to do a podcast, you should probably do some research. And a caller called up Mike today, whether he cared to comment on what Russo had said, whether he considers such a thing when contractual circumstances allow. And Francesa said, yes, I would listen. Now, I don't think, I hate to say this, Mongo Nation, and to anyone who teeters on the edge of Mongo Nation, I don't see this happening anytime soon. And in fact, I don't see it happen at all. I'd love for it to happen, but let's be honest. Mike has survived without Chris. He's number one. He's always going to be number one. Just ask him. Let's see. As a potential reunion, Francesa said, you never say never. Hopefully somebody will have me in a year or two. I have not talked to him about it. He has not talked to me. I will if the time comes and he actually sets a date and says this is it, but I have not gotten into the speculation of it. Alright. And Chris says, my ego will tell you, yeah, I'm a little surprised him remaining number one in Francesa. In hindsight, I'm happy for that. I really am. My ass he is. I don't know if he wanted Mike to fail, but I'm sure the internet sensation that Mike Francesa has become has made Chris Russo very jealous, and rightfully so. I understand where he's coming from. It was Mike and the Mad Dog, then just Mike, then Mongo Nation. Mike's having celebrations for him at FrancescaCon, and Chris is in Radio Nowhere on Sirius, where most people don't even know he's alive. Is that his fault? Kind of. He took the money and ran. That's what he did. And I don't blame him there either, but you have to make the bed. You have to, deal with the bed you made. Right? That's a good analogy. Mike's number one. He doesn't want to share the money. He's doing well by himself. Why would he ever have a co-host? And I'll tell you, and don't you think that Francesa would never do this. Let's say they did get back together. Let's say they got in one of their, cats and dogs fights. Pardon the pun. Who's to say that Francesa wouldn't throw out a little zinger, meaning, I made it without you, code speak, and just make Mad Dog look stupid. Just to say, hey, remember where you are. This is my show. I brought you back here. Do I think Mike is a mean, spiteful guy? No, I don't. But do you think he's above that? We'll see. I don't know about that. But I hope to see it. It'd be something. It really would. I don't know what it would be like this late in the game as they're both getting on in age, in career ages, I should say. I mean, they're not going to Riverview Homes anytime soon. Steve Summers will tell you how beautiful it is. John Sterling as well. Or Riverwalk Homes. It's amazing. Amazing adult communities there. I mean, you just have to go there and see it yourself. I don't know. You never know what can happen. There could be a lot of changes. I mean, Colin Cowherd from ESPN went to Fox Sports. Or it's rumored. I don't know if it's official that he went to Fox Sports, but he left ESPN. You never know what can happen. These guys stay in the same spot forever. You feel like they're stuck there. Seems like there's been a lot of, stationary movement past when it comes to sports talk radio, but you never know. Maybe we could see a lot of movement in the next few years. The world, it is a-changing. So, who knows? That's the podcast for this week. I want to thank all of you for listening, because you made a choice to listen to this far and to listen to this podcast in the first place, and for that I thank you. So, what I want to do at this time is I want to tell you, you can follow the show on iTunes, TuneIn Radio, Stitcher, YouTube. And follow me at BrianBuck13. And I want everyone to have a great week. The Yankees are, they're doing well. The Mets are doing well. For as much as I shat on the Mets earlier, they continue to do well. The big 18-inning win the other day. So, let's just wait for them to screw it up. All right, I'm out of here.
Good afternoon, everybody!
Here's Eddie Scazzeri. The big guy's here. He's here.
Like I had a choice?
Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Did you ever think we'd see the day when Chuck Nixon, this is Wade Boggs in reverse, with the champagne in the bleachers and right, and the New York Yankees, epically, they've been asphyxiated. They have been noosed up. The Red Sox are going to the World Series. Good afternoon there, Michael.
And how was your night?